Today I show you the invisible ribbed bind off. It works best for two of socks like this one, and you get a really nice neat edge which is invisible, and compared to the tubular bind off you don't need to work those 4 setup rows. You just start with the sewn bind off. To start, you need to cut the yarn 3 times length, the edge you want to bind off. So in my case it's a circumference, which is about this. I covered it already, and I thread it through the needle. So now I can start working. My first stitch is a knit stitch on the needle, and I work purlwise through the first stitch, the first knit stitch. Then I do knitwise through the next stitch, which is a purl stitch. And then I go again the second time through the first stitch, but this time knitwise, and I drop it off the needle. Then purlwise through the first knit stitch, which is the second stitch on the needle, and then purlwise through the purl stitch. And I can drop it off the needle. Now comes a fiddly part. You go from the back through the first and second stitch, go in the front and insert the needle knitwise into the purl stitch. So this is how it looks like. And then I start all over again. It's like knitwise in the first stitch, and I can drop it off the needle. Purlwise in the next knit stitch. And purlwise through the purl stitch. And I can drop it off the needle. And now the fiddly part from the back, knitwise into the purl stitch. Knitwise in the knit stitch. Drop it off the needle. Purlwise in the knit stitch. Purlwise in the purl stitch. Drop it off the needle. Then the fiddly part. Knitwise in the purl stitch. I'll pull it a bit apart so you can see it better. And so on. And think this gives you a very neat edge, and then repeat those steps until one stitch remains. And then you pull the tail through the last stitch and weave in the end. And in the end, if you sew it together, I started here. If you do it right, it looks like this. So you have a very flexible, neat edge. If you like this tutorial, I would love if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the thumbs up button. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.